So in this video, I want to talk about how you can become a quiet person. So if you're someone that feels like that you talk too much, and if you're someone that feels like that you invest too much in a conversation, then this is the perfect video for you. Because we understand that when it comes to social environments, if you're the one that's putting the most effort into something, people will appreciate it less. And thus, if you're someone that's more quiet, and if you end up occasionally saying something, people will value your opinion more. Thus, this video will help you to understand on how you can become more of a quiet person. So I hope you're excited, because I am. And with that said, let's get started. Number one, think before you act. So if you're someone that wants to become more of a quiet person, it's very important that you always think before you speak. Think before you do a certain act. And this way, it will allow you to rethink your position as to how you want to portray yourself. And if you're someone that wants to be more of a quiet person, obviously the main thing you need to do is to speak less and be more on the quiet side. Because one of the main components that quiet people are really good at is that they're able to control what they do. They are not very impulsive individuals, and thus if you're someone that wants to become more of a quiet person, it's very important to control yourself, think before you speak, and then if you do actually decide to speak, because in most instances quiet people don't even decide to speak because they don't feel like it, or don't feel like they necessarily have to impress other individuals. Number two, keep your body language approachable and gentle. So when it comes to quiet individuals, they're not more of those intensive control freaks or individuals that are trying to gain attention, walking like alpha male or whatever. It's just normal individuals. They're very calm and collected. So if you're someone that wants to become more of a quiet person, try to be more on the calm side. Think about how a calm individual would walk. Don't be someone that's walking too quickly. Just take your time and have a relaxed body language. Number three, be calm and patient. So when it comes to a lot of individuals, some of us tend to have those emotional roller coasters. So one time we feel a certain way, and other times we completely feel a different way, and thus this can really have an impact on us. And if you're someone that wants to be more of a quiet person, having a calm and patient demeanor can really help those individuals. And that's one of the reasons that calm and quiet people always attract a lot of people, even though they're not the ones that necessarily initiate it. And that's due to the calm demeanor. If other individuals feel too overwhelmed by surrounding themselves with a quiet person, someone that's in control of their own life and their own situation, they just feel more comfortable. And thus, if you are someone that wants to be more of a quiet person, try to be able to possess more of this calm demeanor. Number four, stop interrupting people. So although I'm mentioning this if you're someone that wants to become more of a quiet person, but generally speaking, everyone needs to stop interrupting people when they're speaking, unless there's a genuine reason to. Because when it comes to having a conversation with other individuals, if you're someone that wants to be more attentive, show them that you're actually listening. Stop interrupting them. Because nowadays a lot of people only want to have their own go, say what's on their mind, and don't want to listen to other individuals. And if you're someone that wants to become more of a quiet person, people generally feel comfortable with, and people will approach because they just generally want to have that calm demeanor. Be that individual that doesn't interrupt them. Just gently listen to them, gently pay attention, and this will really help you to become this person. Number five, command respect by using less words. So if you haven't noticed yet, quiet people tend to command quite a lot of respect, even though they're not necessarily putting a lot of effort into it. They're not necessarily trying to impress other individuals. And this is due to their demeanor, due to their attitude. And those individuals that put less effort into something, or it doesn't look like that they're trying to impress other individuals, are the ones that usually succeed at it. And thus, if you're someone that wants to become this quiet person, command respect by using less words. So think before you speak, just like the first point, and then try to use the best words you can. Don't try to say too much or make very, very long verbal sentences. Try to use less words, make it clear and concise, and this way the other individual will clearly know what you're talking about, and you haven't necessarily put too much effort into the conversation. Number six, let them dominate the conversation unless it's important. So the reality is that when you think about this, a lot of people will be quite shocked to hear this, because they think they constantly always have to dominate the situation and always have to dominate the conversation. But the reality is that if it isn't very important, why should you? Because we all have this certain image in our head that the individual that dominates the conversation is the alpha male, is this charismatic individual. But it doesn't always have to be that way, because even though they can be this charismatic individual, that individual isn't always the most intellectual individual or the individual other people have the most respect for. Because if you are someone that lets someone else dominate the conversation, what will happen is that they're actually the ones that are putting the most effort into the conversation. All you're doing is just standing there and listening while the other individual is constantly talking, is putting in the effort, is emotionally investing themselves into the conversation. And what will happen is that they're more drawn into the conversation than you, because all you're doing is just listening and just observing the situation. And thus, in the instance that isn't very important, it's perfectly fine to let other individuals dominate the conversation, especially if you are someone that wants to be this quiet person that commands respect. If you are someone that wants to be this quiet person, there's that calm demeanor that makes other people attracted to you. And also, if you want to be this quiet person that makes other individuals more comfortable around you just because of your demeanor. Those were the 6 ways on how you can become a quiet person. So I hope this video was useful and informative. If it was, please leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new to this channel, please consider the subscribe button and I'll help your brother out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.